In this video, I'll show you how to apply and take off masking fluid. In my previous watercolor tutorials, you'll see that I use masking fluid a lot, and in this video, I'll explain more why I use masking fluid, what art supplies to use and not to use with the masking fluid, and how to remove the masking fluid. So stay with me until the end to learn more. What is masking fluid? Masking fluid is a latex-based liquid that repels moisture and can be used to mask or cover an area of your painting to prevent absorbing watercolors. Why do I use masking fluid? I use masking fluid to prevent my paint subject of my painting from getting painted while I paint the background. I usually paint the background first before the main subject. I don't like my paintings to have an empty background, and of course, I always want my paintings to stand out. How to use masking fluid? I'm using Graphigum masking fluid. I use Princeton Select round brush size 4 with a diluted dishwashing liquid in a jar. I always have a towel beside me to remove excess water or paint. I poured a small amount of masking fluid into my palette. I dip my brush first into the jar of the diluted dishwashing liquid, remove the excess liquid with a towel, and then dip my brush into the masking fluid. Then apply the masking fluid to my paper. I made sure I covered the drawing I would like to remain white and avoid it going out of the line. I repeated this process until I completely covered the drawing, and then I left it dry naturally. If you find this video helpful, kindly tap the like button. If you want to see videos like this, subscribe and tap the notification bell to get updated when I upload a new video. Here are some tips for using masking fluid. First, do not use a heat gun or hair dryer in drying the masking fluid, or else it can ruin your expensive paper. Let the paper dry naturally or use a fan to quickly dry the masking fluid. Next is avoid using expensive brushes because the masking fluid can damage the brush. Use an old synthetic brush that you no longer use. After applying masking fluid, wash the brush with diluted dishwashing soap and warm water, then let it dry. Make sure the masking fluid is dry before painting. You can use a masking fluid applicator for thin, fine lines or a toothpick. Once the masking fluid has dried, you can paint the background or around the mask area of the painting. After the background or the painting has dried, you can remove the masking fluid. The best and easiest way to take off the masking fluid is to use a rubber cement pickup. It is also called an adhesive eraser. It erases cleanly and faster than using your fingers or a hard eraser. You can take off masking fluid with a hard eraser or your fingers, but it takes time. Make sure all of the masking fluid has been taken off before painting, or just leave it as it is if you want to keep the mask area white. I hope you find this video helpful. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this or more watercolor tutorials.